Oh dear, look who's been playing in the snow. Hasn't one, eh? Muzzle covered. I believe he's the killer poodle. Here's the latest edition. This is Buster. He's an older Bouvier cross. Yes, a fusspot. A lovely dog. He's already 9 though, so he's already in retirement. Heather fell for him, so we have 2 dogs now. But to be honest, he's really good. It's the 2-year-old poodle that's the dog from hell. Hey? Anyway, back to the more interesting stuff. Had a slight problem with the mill. Shoot, backing up. Here's the billet, or would have been one of those. You can just about see the resemblance. To speed up the milling process, because obviously a lot of stuff here to hog out, a lot of material from the centre of this to remove. Use a 3/4 roughing tool with chip breakers on the side. It's a great tool for taking out a lot of material. Unfortunately, the stepper motors on the mill couldn't take the now boys, careful. The stepper motor on the mill couldn't take that depth of cut at that speed, even down to 300 millimeters a minute. Still wouldn't take it, and they basically stepper motors stall. So no point in putting an encoder on the back of here to tell it it's out of position. To be honest, it's just going to stop all the time. So I've now unfortunately got to change the X and Y axis motor. They're not particularly expensive, but I don't want to direct drive them. At the moment there's a direct drive coupling in here with a rubber fixing between the two, so it's not really as deadly accurate as a solid drive, but it is like kind to the machine. So I'm going to swap the 2 motors, and instead of direct driving them straight onto the screw, I'm going to put the motor down and out the way and then belt drive between the 2. I can tension the belt drive up, so basically there's 0 lash, and then with this particular machine, with this particular axis Y, instead of having the motor pointing this way, I can actually turn it round and point it this way, put it down out of the way of the machine, so it's not kind of sticking out. The X-axis, I can't quite do that because it goes into partly here and there's no way to get it, but I can lower it down and then belt drive up. So that one's a little bit more complicated, has 3 or 4 brackets to make to get it. Shush! So I need to machine some new brackets to mount the new motors. Same frame size, a NEMA 42 frame size, but the brackets themselves obviously need to offset the motor mount. So some 1-inch aluminum plate, 6 inches wide. That's the bore size, that's the spigot that's actually come out of here, that is actually the bearing housing. So this will go around the bearing housing, we'll drill it here to mount onto the face, and this is where the new motors will go. I've got a machine now 4 slots for the mounting holes. This is an adjustment so I can tension up the belt, also to make sure that I can actually get a belt to fit. So I've got some mounting holes I'm drilling to do with that, and then just mill it off. That's the first one. I said the second one here is a little bit more complicated because of the plate. It has to have 1 mounting plate there, and a second mounting plate and joining plates between it. So it's like 4 there. This one's very, very simple. It's pretty much just 1 plate. Then once everything's on, I'll have to bend some aluminium and make aluminium. Bend some aluminium and then make some covers to cover up the belts, just in case they don't get covered in swarf. So, but with 2mm cuts, being really ultra safe now, 2mm cuts and taking this feed right down to 300, she cuts really nicely now. So that's the first Manabat plate, most of the milling done. I've just got to schedule all the mounting holes now, and then the second half of the plate will be t'other end, and I've got some old scrap sort of 5/8 alley which will do for the mounted brackets. I'll remachine those. So a bit of a step backwards. I still have two lovely billets for the rear uprights. They're sitting waiting. Program done. Everything waiting to be get the miller up spec. And I still have obviously a fresh billet for the other front, but I'll have to order one more of these. I'll actually continue machining this, put this back on the mill and continue machining it just to get it, just so I know that the mill's okay with the new cuts. I found the best way to mount the billets was to machine a flat on both sides and then just clamp on here, and there was plenty enough force that I could produce with the clamp there that it doesn't actually move with that. That was fine. It didn't move an inch. It was the machine that stalled itself. There's obviously a few clearance holes you have to do because that particular nice roughing mill can't plunge, so basically you have to do a few easy in points to go down to certain levels. From the inside it's easy, I can go down to the middle and work way out. From the outside, because there's a step, I machined this to make it easy to go in. So so there we have it. It's backward step, but it's progress as such. But the aluminum splash guards that's now on the mill, obviously it's made the base of it kind of almost kind of 3 inches wider. So now she was from here, she was only about just over 2 foot. Now it's closer to 5.5 feet wide, and the back splash guards make it so I can turn the coolant pump on, and she pretty much I can almost flood coolant, not quite, but almost flood coolant, but it will actually pretty much clear most of the swarf and stuff away as she's running. So there we go, and no leaks, which is great. So the machine's going to take a little bit of updating, but won't be too long and I'll be up and running again. What's up, boys? Say hello to Nan? No? Okay, radio. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye.